Namo Buddhaya. It's an extremely auspicious day and moment to be present here today in this very unique, sacred, noble and elevating gathering. This day is specially sacred to us because we are meeting we are meeting at a time, a very historic moment, a very historic phase and period, when after a long wait, after a long aspiration, Pali has been declared a classical language by our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi. It is a historic moment for the sacred legacy of Lord Buddha. It is a sacred moment for us which shall forever be embedded in history. Venerable Lama Jodhpa ji, Venerable Sangha ji, Venerable Yashi ji, Acharya Yashi ji, Venerable and a very dear friend Sumedho Dipankara Bhante ji, and Venerable Vinay Shri Bhante ji, most respected Shri B.L. Santosh ji, respected friend and elder Shri Tarun Chugh ji. This is a very solemn occasion that we have gathered here today. Our Prime Minister says the path of Buddha is the path of the future and the path of sustainability. He says the message of Apo Dipo Bhava is the motivation for India to become self-reliant. He says lasting solutions can come from the path of Buddha. Subrato Barua ji, you mentioned, Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi says the 21st century is the Asian century. And he says for the 21st century to be the Asian century, we have to walk on the path of Buddha. And without Lord Buddha, the Asian century cannot be envisaged. These are his words. These are Prime Minister's words. He encourages us to go ahead. Friends, I'll be very brief, but I want to draw a few parallels. Before that, I want to make a point in front of sacred Venerable Bhikkhu Sangha. Please look at the parallel today. At this point, Kathina Chivara Dana was not being able to be held in Bangladesh because the monks, the Buddhist bhikkhus there were not feeling safe. For the first time in the history of Bangladesh, Kathina Chivara Dana could not be done in a free and sacred atmosphere. Compare that to this country, to India. Prime Minister Narendra Modi in the last 1 decade has not only upheld, preserved, disseminated Lord Buddha's legacy, but he has declared Pali as the classical language. Today, as we stand here today to celebrate that moment, our hearts go out to bhikkhus and to monks in Bangladesh, in Chittagong, who are there, who aspire for Lord Buddha's peace, but are under a lot of pressure. So we remember them today. On 4th December, one of the greatest scholars of Pali, Professor Suniti Kumar Pathak, who spent 60 years of his life researching and disseminating Pali and Tibetan Buddhism and Buddhism, passed away in Shantiniketan. One of the last acts that we did or we could was to honor him on behalf of Dr. Shyama Prasad Mukherjee Research Foundation. We honored him, and he at the age of 100 smiled and reiterated his joy at Pali being declared classical language. We remember him with a lot of solemnity. We remember him with a lot of gratitude today. Our driving light, our driving force behind this special initiative, Shri B.L. Santosh ji, It is because of his guidance, because of his direction, and because of Mahabodhi Society of India's support, we held conferences in Sarnath, we held conferences in Bodh Gaya. Tashi ji is here, the entire Ladakh Autonomous Hill District Council group is here, the Ladakh Gompa Association members. Because of them, we had a wonderful program in Leh, where many of our most venerable were present, where they not only reiterated but passed a special felicitation honoring Prime Minister Narendra Modi and thanking him for declaring Pali as a classical language. We had a wonderful and very enriching program in Vishwabharati Shantiniketan, Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore's abode and his seat of karma and tapasya. You may know that he wrote some of the best poems and book on Lord Buddha in Bangla, which has also been declared a classical language. In Shantiniketan, we had a wonderful national conference on all the 5 classical languages declared by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and a special resolution was passed by the conference thanking him for this unique honor. I want to draw a parallel today, 6th December, and it is Prime Minister Narendra Modi who reminds us that Marathi also has been declared as a classical language. Marathi was Baba Saheb Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar's mother tongue, and Baba Saheb took his Dharma Diksha in Pali as well, which has been declared a classical language. This is a unique event in history honoring Baba Saheb Ambedkar. In his last public meeting at Mulagandha Vihar Kutir on 25th November 1956, Baba Saheb Ambedkar had prayed to Lord Buddha. On 24th November 1956, inaugurating the Banaras Hindu University Students' Union, Baba Saheb Ambedkar had lamented the destruction of Nalanda University. He had lamented. Friends, as we stand here today, Pali has been accorded classical language status, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi has revived Nalanda University, which was destroyed in history, as a strong symbol of India's aspiration to become a knowledge society. I stand here also as a Bengali because my ancestors belong to the land of Dipankar Atisha. My ancestral village is from Dipankar Atisha's village also. I just wish to draw again a few parallels very shortly, being a student of history, without taking much time because we are waiting to listen to more thoughtful deliberations. 2 Bengalis, Sir Ashutosh Mukherjee and Dr. Shyama Prasad Mukherjee, son and father, were both presidents of the Mahabodhi Society of India. Shyama Prasad Mukherjee served for 11 long years. Both father and son were educationists and made profound contribution to the study of Pali. It was under Sir Ashutosh Mukherjee as Vice Chancellor of Calcutta University that the first ever Pali department anywhere in India was started in Calcutta University in 1907. It was Kripasharan Mahathero who took Dr. B.M. Badua, Benimadhav Badua, one of the greatest Buddhist scholars and Indologists, who took him to Sir Ashutosh Mukherjee. It was because of Sri Kripacharan Mahathero and Sir Ashutosh Mukherjee's support that B.M. Badua went to University of London, and there in 1970 he earned his D.Litt, Indian philosophy, its original growth from the Vedas to Buddha. He was the first Indian Buddhist to earn a D.Litt. From 1942 to 1953, Dr. Shyama Prasad Mukherjee served as the president of Mahabodhi Society of India. When Baba Saheb took his Dhamma Diksha, one of those who were constantly by his side and who inspired him, Dr. Devapriya Valisina, who was for 35 long years the General Secretary of Mahabodhi Society of India. Dr. Devapriya Valisina was also a close associate of Dr. Shyama Prasad Mukherjee. And Dr. Devapriya Valisina inspired Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Baba Saheb to take Diksha Dhamma. These are parallels which come to my mind today as we discuss and we thank Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi. There are many achievements that he has undertaken in the last 10 years, but I would just name three. I have already said the reinstating, refounding of Nalanda University is one of the watershed moments in the history of civilizational India. In due course, we will realize that. In Lumbini, Prime Minister Modi has established the Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar Chair for Buddhist Studies in the Lumbini Buddhist University. And in the last 10 years, more than 600 artifacts, heritage pieces have come back from abroad, those that were stolen from India. Out of those 600 pieces, many are connected to Buddhism, to Buddha's legacy. This is a special initiative that has not happened in the last 70 years. Prime Minister Modi's government has accelerated efforts in India using both traditional methods and modern approaches like online platform, digital archives and apps to promote Pali. You may recall in 2015, Prime Minister Modi and Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe started Samvad by the Vivekananda International Foundation, Hindu-Buddhist Dialogue for Environmental Consciousness and Conflict Avoidance. In 2023, for the first time in Kashmir, Buddha Dhamma in Kashmir seminar was held, inaugurated by Honorable Home Minister Shri Amit Shah ji. And the Asian Buddhist Summit, many of you were present in that, sir. The Asian Buddhist Summit, which took place in 2024, was the first of its kind initiated by Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi's government. The national education policy also gives ample scope for research and growth of Indian languages, including Pali. At the end, I just want to read out two lines from Bhadant Ananda Kausalya. In 1956, he writes, he laments, he says, "It is indeed strange that the unique place that Pali occupies in Indian literature is not appreciated and valued as it should be in India. It is not realized that the Pali language and literature have not only influenced modern Indian languages, but have also affected the growth of the languages of Sri Lanka, Burma, and Thailand. It is but natural that its intensive study should help us in strengthening our cultural ties with our neighbors." I just want to say that on one hand, Prime Minister Modi has realized the dream of Baba Saheb Ambedkar, re-establishing Nalanda University, declaring Pali as a classical language. On the other hand, Bhadant Ananda Kausalyan's lament in 1956 regarding Pali, that lament has finally been erased in 2024 by declaring Pali as classical language. I'm extremely grateful for giving me this opportunity to say a few words in front of such an august gathering. I wish you all good health and well-being, and pray to Lord Buddha to guide us and to try and rediscover continuously the light within us. Namo Buddhaya.